Fired up practice number 5 for us. As you guys took the weekend, our guys were working Sunday. We had a good practice yesterday. Saturday we had a day off just to kind of recover. So we had 3 practices, day off. Again, something the NCAA gave us a couple years ago, which I think is big. It's been big for us, in my opinion. Just again, for the health and safety of our kids, of just giving them time to rest their bodies, stay healthy. Just constant. I mean, I can't imagine years ago when we used to do the double sessions you guys used to cover. You didn't cover any double sessions. You don't know what double sessions are. But the double sessions and all that, I think we're in a lot better place as far as how we treat our kids. So we're looking forward to a good day today, and then we got pads tomorrow.
Pat, you talked about when you came here last week, you expected there to be a little bit of rust. Do you feel like after 5 practices that rust is shaken off now?
Yeah, I think it's a daily thing, but the rust is definitely loosening up. We got the WD-40 sprayed it, got it all lubricated and ready to go. But the offense had a really good day yesterday. I mean, Phil and Christian connected on some deep throws yesterday, and there was some. The receivers were definitely not as rusty yesterday for sure. DBs, you could say, were rusty. They were rusty or lacked technique. But it was a good day in the receiving core and quarterbacks.
Who was on the receiving end of some of those deep throws?
Oh gosh, Bub, Kanate, who else? Kenny Johnson had a couple of them, I think, and I'm probably missing somebody. Cha had a great one too, kind of a short one where he just took off and went. He's shown some really good things here this fall so far.
Pat, you've been in college football for a long time, and now with all this realignment.
You saying I'm old?
No, you're younger than me.
Okay.
With all the realignment going on, what does it mean for the future of college football as a whole, for Pitt, and for the ACC?
I don't know what it means for, all I worry about is the ACC and Pitt here, and really just Pitt. But, I think it's crazy. I think it's all money driven, which is sad. I look at, you look at different conferences across the country and where they're, going from one, from the Atlantic to the Pacific. It's just like doesn't make sense financially, especially for the other sports. I think it's just like crazy. And I think the one thing that Commissioner Phillips has done is kept stability in the ACC. And everybody can talk about how they didn't expand. They're looking for the right fit, and it's got to be the right fit. But to go all the way out on the West Coast, does it really make sense? And you're not just talking football. I mean, would we mind a trip out to Oregon or wherever it might be for a week? It's fine, just one time a year. But when you're talking about all the travel for all the different sports and what that does mentally and physically to a student athlete, I know what it takes going on, playing in Louisville, with the time change or wherever it may be. But I can't imagine what it does to some of these other ones. And it's tough, and I think you won't feel the effects for a couple of years. But if you talk to some of the other sports, I would think it would be, sometimes even in recruiting, kids don't think about when they make that decision to go play somewhere where it's a lot of traveling for their family and for the kids until they get there, and they have to deal with the travel. Not until you do it. You guys have all been on some long flights, and you kind of come back to come back off a red eye or whatever after a game, and how you feel takes you a day to recover. We don't have a day. Okay, we're not, you don't take the next week off, of work. We have to go back to work, and your bodies and your minds will be affected, I think.
We talked to the senior offensive lineman the other day. What are you seeing from guys like Branson, Ryan Baer, Ryan Jacoby, like kind of competing for those other spots?
You know what, it's a work in progress, I think. I think, when you look at it, Branson's competing, Ryan Baer, Jacoby, those guys were all competing, and I think it's a daily thing. I think, you're not sitting one guy saying he's the guy, oh, it's a done deal. It's just every day, those guys are taking little steps to get better and fixing, issues that they might have had the previous day. So it's a work in progress, and it's nothing that, you don't see it like click your fingers and all of a sudden, wow, look at that guy. But they all can play for us. It's just like who's going to be the best for us.
On the note of travel, how was your trip to Canton Saturday?
It was nice and short, no time changes. It was quick. We went over there. That was awesome. To see Darrell and all the Aliquippa team was there. It was that was awesome. What a great player and just proud Pitt man is what he is. I know it was the National Football League and in the Hall of Fame there, but as a college guy, just to remember him playing in college and remember what he did in the pros, and he's a true legend, and we're proud here in Pittsburgh.
You had a pretty good situation last year with your backup quarterback. Do you think Christian could develop into that same kind of backup?
No question about it. Nate Yarnell, same thing. I mean, we've got 3 quarterbacks. I really believe. That quarterback room, I think I may have started off, day one, talking about like that quarterback room is in good shape right now, as good as it's been since I got here. So we're happy with the guys in that room, and Christian had a great day yesterday as well. I mean, Nate didn't get as many reps, or he probably would have been good too. But they're throwing it pretty good right now.
You had a change with your recruiting staff. Carlo's moving on. How important was he to what you guys did, and how does that change what you guys do moving forward?
Well, just like any other position in this building, we're going to go find someone just as good or better. So that's our job. And Carlo's awesome. We love Carlo. Hopefully he's getting engaged. Carlo, no pressure, but it's about time. I think you've been dating her for 10, 11 years. So he's going to make a little bit more money, Carlo. Congratulations on your engagement, Carlo. It's he's done a great job here. Carlo was kind of like the social guy. He just recruiting weekends. I mean, he just took over and made people feel comfortable. So he was awesome. We're going to miss him.